الحاضرة اللون الأحمر والأبيض يكسو الملعب. فورزا فورزا يكتبون طبعا، فورزا انسيامي النوي، كونوا معانا كونوا معانا. نعم، يبدو أن الكل يريد أن يقف هذا اليوم مع الميلان من جماهيره. يكسو اللون الأبيض والأحمر هنا في الملعب.
Teniamoli su, che tutto il mondo legga!
إذا مشاهدينا، هذه المباراة إحدى مباريات الأسبوع 37 وقبل الأخيرة. حتى ديريانو كالياني أيضا يحمل العلم الأحمر. الأسطورة الكبيرة في إدارة ميلان يتواجد كمشجع، يتواجد أيضا نجوم قدامى من نجوم الميلان، من بينهم أليساندرو نيستا الذي يتواجد في ملعب السان سيرو. ميلان يدخل ب80 نقطة، اتالنتا يدخل ب59 نقطة، وواضح تماما الفارق بين الفريقين. ولكن طبعا كما قلنا بالنسبة لفريق اتالنتا من الفرق التي اعتادت أن تحقق نتائج طيبة هنا. دافيد كالابريا كابتن ميلان هذا اليوم، وعلى ما يبدو على الجهة الأخرى السويسري راموس
on his way out of the club seemingly at the end of the season. There are our team officials. Antonio Rapuano there in the tracksuit. He's the fourth official. Massimiliano Irati, our video assistant referee, watching on from the IBC. If Milan produced their most convincing performance in recent times at Verona, it seems only right that Stefano Pioli names the same 11 that began the battle of the Bentegodi. Krunic and Salamakers are once more preferred to Brahim Diaz and Junior Messias. Two alterations for Atalanta from the win at Spezia. Hateboer replaces Mele, while Pessina is preferred to Malinovski. Former Milan man Mario Pasalic has scored in each of his last 4 appearances. All together now, what's the message from the Curva? Stefano Pioli, the man who has orchestrated this unexpected title push last season by beating Gasperini's Atalanta on the final day of the season in Bergamo. Can they go one better this time around? "14 matches unbeaten Milan. They've won each of their last 4. Can they make it 5? Massimo Paganini, we're up and running.
I don't know, it's not so easy, as I said. You know, a very tough game for them. Atalanta is a strong team, tough, and as I said, away they can be very dangerous. They push hard, you know, especially with the 2 wing back, and also with the central midfield player. So they will play Koopmeiners and Freuler. So it will be not so easy, because they will play with two midfield players in front of the defense, and the other 2 it will mean Deron and Pessina just behind the centre forward.
Giampiero Gasperini has overseen a dramatic turnaround for Atalanta. They are one of the great Cinderella stories of Italian football. European regulars, and yet their status as a European qualifier very much under threat. 8th at the start of play, on the same points as Fiorentina. 1 behind Roma after the Giallorossi could only draw last night against 10-man Venezia. So there is a chance for Atalanta if they can win tonight. Their final game of the season at home to Empoli. Here's Muriel holding off Tonali, but Tonali won it back and then bumped into Krunic. Teo Hernandez. Milan made such a fast start in the reverse fixture. Teo Hernandez finding Calabria, and here is Teo looking for Tonali this time. Salamakers has won it back. He can slip in Giroud. Salamakers goes himself. Now it's Giroud. Krunic couldn't collect. Tonali with a foul. Advantage played by Orsato. That might warrant a yellow card. Zappacosta, Muriel, away from Calabria. It is the explosive tempo to this match that we were expecting. Atalanta know only one way to play, always high octane, always high intensity. Hatterbo, cut out by Krunic, and now keep an eye on Orsato. Not even a word to Sandro Tonali.
Yes, the intensity, the rhythm is very high. You know, Atalanta used to play in that way. So Milan have to pay attention, because of course there will be a lot of spaces, but Atalanta is a fantastic team when they have to play with counter-attack. So it's not easy for Milan. Here we see Ibrahimovic, that a great chance there for Saelemaekers that arrive inside the box, running with the ball to the defense line.
Calabria miscued, cut out by Kopmenes. Time and space for Pasalic. Hatterbo. Pasalic. Muriel calling for it. Instead it's Zappacosta. Muriel up against Kalulu, that's cleverly done. Zappacosta beaten to it by Saelemaekers. And Kalulu able to clear. That's a foul by Pessina on Calabria, and Milan can catch their breath.
Yeah, we saw on the previous play how the Ron can come up. We say that, we didn't say maybe, but he's a central midfield player, and he play on the defense, in the defense line as the third, the right back defender. So he will push very high, and he can give a help when they have to build up from the back.
Theo Hernandez looking for Giroud. It nearly found Tonali. Krunic was forward as well. Pasalic, Hatterbo on this near side. Hatterbo. Theo Hernandez got a foot to the ball. It is a Milan throw in the view of the assistant. And Hatterbo incredulous. Massimo mentioned it right at the top of the broadcast. Atalanta have the third best away record in Serie A, 39 points. Only two teams have fared better. Napoli with 40, Milan with 43, leading the way for the second straight season. But 3 of their 4 defeats have come here. And Maignan calling for a change of ball because it's flat. Milan lost here to Napoli. They also lost here to Sassuolo. They were defeated here by Spezia. That's their most recent loss in the Italian top flight.
It's handball, that one, because the ball wasn't out. You know, that's what Orsato is explained to Theo Hernandez. Because Maignan wanted to change the ball. Theo Hernandez take that ball with his hand before the ball was out. And what Orsato is trying to explain to the players.
And Mario Pasalic, very sportingly, gives the ball back there to Milan. Could have easily tried to play it into the box and score a goal. Pasalic once off Milan. In fact, he was with the Rossoneri the last time they won a trophy. Scored in a shootout win over Juventus in the Super Cup. But he also has a happy knack of scoring against them. He was on target in that now infamous 5-0 rout in Bergamo, December 2019. He scored a consolation in the reverse fixture when Milan won 3-2. They were comfortable in that game. They were 3-0 up. Tomori. Theo Hernandez.
It's something that they didn't do it before. Tomori, Kalulu and Theo Hernandez try to build up from the back, and Calabria come inside the pitch, just in the same line with the midfield player, and Tonali just played just a little bit higher, as he did against Verona.
Long from Maignan. Giroud with the flick on. This is Krunic. Now Saelemaekers. Calabria in support. Calabria's cross, dealt with by Jim City. Muriel makes it stick. Saelemaekers has picked his pocket. Now it's Calabria. Saelemaekers picks his head up. Instead, he decided against the cross. Still there for Milan. Kalulu's ball in. Krunic rose, and that is the game's first corner.
Of course, Milan is doing very well. They try to use the width of the pitch, and as I said, Calabria, they use the right side, not the left, and they did well because Saelemaekers is doing very well on that side, as he did against Verona.
Sandro Nesta, former Milan defender in the crowd. That's the Atalanta president, Antonio Percassi, sat alongside his son Luca. Tonali takes the corner short. Krunic will have to try again. Muriel there to block the cross. Tonali with the corner, headed away by Freuler. Saelemaekers, Milan looking to pin Atalanta back in the early stages. Calabria, Saelemaekers with time to measure a cross. It came off Freuler, away by Pessina. Kessié. Theo Hernandez. Kessié once more. Tomori. And now Rafael Leao, he's got the pace to get away from Dorone. Still Rafael Leao, great challenge from Palomino. Flicked on by Pasalic. Muriel, 1 against 1 now with Kalulu. And back came Tomori to help out his defensive colleague.
Oh, well done by Palomino in the first action with of Milan, because he read well that situation and gave a hand to Dorone. As we said, he's not a defender, so he's not fast as Leao in that situation. Palomino did read well on the diagonal. He closed the space to the Milan attacking player. And on the other side, we see that Muriel have a lot of space, so Milan have to pay attention. Tomori did very well, and he arrived on that situation to cover the behind the defense line.
Here's Freuler. Now Muriel. Freuler once more. There was talk this week about Atalanta potentially trying to mirror Milan's shape by playing 4-2-3-1 system. Jim City, and now Zappacosta. Pasalic making his way into the box. Zappacosta, and Pasalic couldn't turn it goalwards.
Perfect running, perfect timing by Zappacosta. That move just behind Saelemaekers, we will see again, and that ball arriving exactly in the channel. Here, Kalulu have to stay just a little bit back. It was Tomori, pardon. Have to stay and cover the space behind Saelemaekers in that situation. He didn't do it, and that was a really dangerous situation for Milan.
Only 3 teams have beaten Atalanta at home this season. Roma, Sassuolo and Fiorentina, the 3 sides. Giroud, Rafael Leao. Now Calabria continuing to wander centrally. We saw that in the reverse fixture to good effect. Saelemaekers. Not a bad ball. Musso comes, and he was positive. There are the Atalanta supporters. Not as many as there might have been. There was a bit of controversy surrounding ticket sales in the visiting section, just as there was for Milan's previous home match here against Fiorentina, when they actually had to resell the tickets in that part of the ground after Milan fans got hold of tickets. The same has occurred tonight. Pessina's won a throw off Kessié. There is Paolo Scaroni, who's the Milan president. Milan now boasts the joint best defensive record in the league with Inter. It's thanks in part to the Nerazzurri conceding a couple of goals here against Empoli last Friday night. But Atalanta, more often than not, score. Forward by Musso. Calabria does the tidying up. Brought down by Giroud. Kessié. Calabria. Krunic. He was caught by Kopmenes. Milan will feel they need to win this match. Once again, Krunic suggesting the ball is flat.
It's the same things with the balls that happened during the midweek in the Coppa Italia. The final of Coppa Italia, I don't know what happened with the balls, but they have some problems. Maybe it's really hot, so I don't know if that could be a solution.
Forward by Calabria. Rafael Leao. There's that pace again. Hatabua played the ball, but Daniele Orsato saw it as a foul, and Milan have a free kick.
That's a free kick because Leao was just in front of Hatabua. That leg, the foot was just a little bit high, as we can see. He didn't touch the ball. He just tried to arrive on the ball. It's not a dangerous foul, that one, but it's a foul anyway. Gasperini not agree with that.
Gasperini rarely does agree with officiating decisions that go against him. Daniele Orsato taking charge of match 258 in Serie A. Vastly experienced. It's his 14th of this league season as well. Now, can Milan find the breakthrough from the set piece? Krunic takes the free kick. Giroud was trying to meet it. Hatabua will try and prevent a corner. Succeeds on that score as well, albeit plays it straight into touch. Milan have Atalanta where they want them, pinned back and boxed in. They won't panic. We saw that against Hellas Verona. They trailed after Davide Faraoni's goal. They came roaring back with 3 goals without reply. And Atalanta don't keep too many clean sheets, Massimo. 12 all told for Musso, only 8 of them have come in Serie A.
Not an easy season for Atalanta, the last one. But anyway, they are still a dangerous team. If they have an opportunity tonight to win this match, they can arrive on the Europa League. And they didn't well anyway, as I said, at home, not away. They did well, but not so well at home, so they lose a lot of points, too much points. They didn't give the chance to them to compete for Champions League this season. Historically,
Bergamo was always a difficult place to go, but they've just lost their way at Gebi Stadium. Tomori was a slightly loose touch. Tonali now finding Salamakis. Calabria making the forward run. Here's Calabria now. And Freuler clipped him, and it's another free kick for Milan in a wide area.
Yeah, the position of Calabria and Sandro Tonali is giving some problems to Atalanta that do not recognize that position on the pitch, you know, and Calabria and Tonali have the chance. That's why Milan just change a little bit. They do not attack always on the left side, but they are using the right side. So this changed something, you know. Sometimes teams prepare that match against Milan just to protect, you know, the left side.
Tonali leaves it. Krunic with the set piece. Rafael Leao just beaten in the air for a moment there. It seemed he had a free header. Milan had 71,500 people here against Fiorentina. We're expecting 75,000 once the attendance is confirmed at half-time. Rafael Leao, and there was a foul on Muriel, and Atalanta now can get their shape back. Kopmenes. Hatabua, he's lost it to Theo Hernandez. Still Theo Hernandez, what a run! And there's Palomino again. Duro. Pessina urging Zappacosta forward. Zappacosta now. Testing Kessier for pace. Back for Freuler. Jim City. Martin de Roon. Koopmeiners. Well in by Kalulu, and now Giroud can drive Milan forward. Salamakers. Kalulu's continued his progress. Alexis Salamakers. Krunic now. And still tried to play in Kalulu. Didn't manage it. Tonali from distance. And it goes wide.
We saw how open is the game, you know. Atalanta was trying to attack Milan. That ball was given to Jim City, so Koopmeiners have to pay attention to who is giving the ball. And on the other side, we say immediately Milan attacking and counter-attack. I think that Gasperini was asking for the two players that have to cover, you know, immediately when they have to defend. There were just one player behind, not two.
Teo Hernandez wins the header. Well played by Koopmeiners. Here he is again. Took it into touch. Atalanta once again starting with their trio of Dutchmen. Koopmeiners, Hateboer and de Roon. They've certainly shared around the goals this season. 20 different scorers. Mistake by Calabria. Muriel. Pasalic between the lines. Wide it goes for Freuler. Freuler's cross. Too much on it for Hateboer. Atalanta still without club captain Rafael Toloi through injury. There's no Giuseppe Pezzella either. Josip Ilicic hasn't played since the onset of those personal problems. Zapata and Scalvini both fit again for a place on the bench. Palomino back to 100% and able to start. Salamakers didn't find Giroud, but that's Krunic, and it's given away. There was a foul prior to that on Davide Calabria. It is strange to think that Milan won on their last two trips to Bergamo on the final day of last season, a pair of Franck Kessier penalties to see them secure Champions League football, and then that reverse fixture 3-2, and yet they haven't beaten Atalanta here since 2014. Easily dealt with by Musso. Epiphany 2014, Max Allegri's Milan beat Stefano Colantuono's Atalanta. It's long since been Gasperini's side. Hateboer. Cleared away by Musso. Came off the head of Rafael Leao. Radek Krunic looking for Rafael Leao. Still Rafael Leao. You could see what he was trying, but Musso read it all the way.
Not easy. It was too far from the goal, and easy to read that situation by Musso. Try to find the far post, but you know, we see that when Atalanta give the chance, time and space to Leao, he can be really dangerous. We saw him in Verona.
Muriel running at Kalulu. Luis Muriel, and still, and there was Maignan to pounce upon the loose ball.
I think that Muriel have a problem. Yes.
Looks like the hamstring might have gone for Muriel. Atalanta asking Milan to put the ball into touch. They do have a ready-made replacement in the shape of Duvan Zapata, but this is clearly a blow for Atalanta and Luis Muriel in particular.
I don't know what's happened, because I saw the replay, but nobody touched him.
Just seemed to pull up awkwardly, did Muriel, when trying to twist and turn. Rafael Leao really came to the fore at the Bentegodi. Is it the knee, possibly, Massimo?
Yeah, I think it's the knee. I don't know what happened, because when on your own you feel the pain, it could be very dangerous for your knee. You have just to wait a little bit.
Looks like he's trying to run it off. It's the left knee. Still in conversation with two physios on the pitch for Atalanta. So far, after a quarter of the match, Milan have not found a way past Ladea. They don't need to win this evening. It would make it tense, though, because if they did draw, it would allow Inter rather, to move level on points ahead of the final weekend of the season, but Milan would have the edge by virtue of their superior head-to-head record. Calabria.
I think it's not easy for Calabria because he's playing a position that is not his position. He's close to the midfield player. He doesn't have enough time and space to play that ball. He doesn't have the attitude to play ball like that. You know, when you play in front in that position, it's not easy.
Stefano Pioli has also been bold in starting Rade Krunic in the last two matches, justified his selection of Verona, playing again from the first whistle tonight, player who was very much a bit part player throughout the season. He's only started half of Milan's matches. And they are struggling to break Atalanta down. Stefano Pioli will need to come up with some more tactical innovations, or it might require a moment of magic, or perhaps a mistake. Kessier's header clear. Kopmenes. Kessier once again. That looked like a foul by Freuler, certainly the way the referee saw it.
Atalanta is a very tough team. It means that you have to play 1 against 1, 1v1 all around the pitch. They are a very tough player, and they used to play like that, you know, so it's not easy for Milan. But as you said well, Stefano Pioli tried to find some solution to change the system, to change, you know, to move the players on the pitch, not give Atalanta the possibility to follow the player all around the pitch.
It's up towards Giroud. Couldn't quite get off the ground, though.
It's a solution, the long ball in the air for Giroud, but as I said, Atalanta, especially with the defender, is a very tough team to play against. So for Giroud, it will be not an easy match, this one.
Headed away by Kessier, on by Rafael Leao. Giroud. There was Palomino, who's made a very good start to this game defensively. Pessina. Muriel moving freely now. Pasalic lost out to Kessier. Hateboer. Muriel. Kopmenes. That's easy enough for Maignan. Milan will take some breaking down of their own. Maignan looks long. Route 1 again. We've seen that a couple of times with Rafael Leao. This time it didn't quite come off. 4 straight clean sheets for Milan at home in the league. The last player to score against the Rossoneri here in Serie A, Destiny Udogie. And even then, there were question marks as to whether he used his arm. Jose Palomino. Giroud got a toe to the ball. But there's Pasalic. And now Muriel. Zappacosta there with him. Muriel. And back came Davide Calabria. Then turned into Zappacosta. It is a corner. Calabria saying to Maignan, give me a shout.
It was very dangerous to leave Muriel alone. They have always to double up him, and Kalulu and Calabria did well, because Kalulu one against one was not so easy for him to play against Muriel.
Atalanta have a corner. Palomino goes forward, so too City. Pessina in there too. Muriel takes the set piece. Came off Jim City. And Palomino hooked it goalwards. Maignan did well to make sure it didn't drop under the bar. Fine debut season for him, Mike Maignan. The reverse fixture was the final game he played before wrist surgery when he missed 9 matches. Ciprian Tatarushano came in to deputise for him. Jim City, Muriel round the corner. Easy enough for Tomori. Palomino's given it away to Krunic. Giroud came off Palomino's head. Bit scrappy in the midfield. Pasalic. Freuler restores order. Hateboer. Muriel. Once again, Zappacosta showing for the ball on the overlap. Kalulu. Salamakers. Kessier. Krunic surrounded by 3 white shirts. Atalanta win it back with Pasalic. Pessina. Only Koopmeiners ahead of him. Hateboer. Pessina. Jim City. Muriel in a pocket of space. Once again driving at the Milan back line. Muriel. Still keeps it for Zappacosta. Jim City joining in. Zappacosta away from Salamakers. Calabria with the challenge. But Atalanta, a big threat down that far side. Muriel. Freuler. Jim City unhappy at the lack of options ahead of him. Palomino. Jim City again. Now it's Koopmeiners. Muriel for Zappacosta. And here come Atalanta again. Davide Zappacosta. And Koopmeiners. Came off him last, it's a goal kick. Tomori unhappy with Milan's defensive efforts.
Of course, another really dangerous situation. Here Kalulu did very well. He goes up too early, but he did well in this situation, 1-against-1 with Zappacosta. But again, another dangerous situation here on the left side of Milan. On the right side, pardon, of Milan, left side of Atalanta.
Alessandro Florenzi watching on. 7 days on from his goal-scoring return. Theo Hernandez has lost it to Pessina. Hateboer. Pasalic. Hateboer for Muriel. And still Muriel! Well held by Maignan.
He comes up, he takes space from the defense line, Muriel, and he arrived just inside to drive this ball and try to find the far post. Well positioned Maignan that arrived on that ball easy, but because the position, you know, not because it was an easy shot, but the position was perfect.
Half an hour played at San Siro, still goalless between Milan and Atalanta. Theo Hernandez. Milan chasing Scudetto number 19 to draw level with City rivals Inter, and in the process deny them a 20th, which would be worth a second star on their shirt. 80 points at the start of play. The last time they topped that tally, they were champions. 82 points in 2010-11. 82 might not be enough this season. Tonali. Calabria unable to control. Cleared away by Musso. There is a Milan player down. It's the skipper.
say, it's not easy for Calabria, because when you play in that position, you usually play with your back to the defense line. He doesn't have that attitude. You will see again the shot well positioned. Great position by Mignon in that situation, because that shot was on the top of the corner, on the left corner. As I said, Calabria is playing a position, and he used to receive this ball with his back to the defense line, not to face the defense line as he used to do when he played as a fullback and he played in that position.
Stefano Pioli was asked whether this game resembled one of Italy's matches at Euro 2020 last summer. Whether this was like the semi-final against Spain, having come through the quarter-final against Belgium. Long by Theo Hernandez. It's Tomori getting forward, and Musso played the ball. Pasalic. Kopmenes. Hatabur can't keep it in play. Stefano Pioli did concede that Milan have essentially been playing knockout football week in, week out. They've had to win their last 4 games and required a favour from Bologna just to find themselves in this position. 2 points clear of Inter, with 2 matches remaining. 4 straight victories and 14 unbeaten since that loss here to Spezia. Clipped forward by Mignon. Giroud got up early. Rafael Leao holding off their own. Calabria has got a foot to the ball. This is Rafael Leao, and still Tonali in support. Rafael Leao, Calabria, Salamakers, straight at the goalkeeper.
It's not so easy for Milan to find the way of deflection, to find men inside the box, because Atalanta is closing well, density of players in the middle, so it's not easy to the ball to pass through, to pass in between the lines in that channel, and a shot from outside is a solution for Milan, actually.
Martin Derone scored a stunning goal recently in that crazy 4-4 draw against Torino. Same night that Bologna were beating Inter. It's up towards Pasalic. Got his head to the ball, but broke kindly for Mignon. Theo Hernandez. Rafael Leao testing Kopmenes for pace, but there was Hatabur doubling up to good effect, and now Atalanta go the other way. Hans Hatabur dispossessed by Theo Hernandez. Salamakers lost it and then rediscovered the ball. Kessier, Krunic on the half turn. Calabria invited forward. Tomori. Now it's Theo Hernandez. Teammates away to his right. Theo Hernandez with the cross. Easily headed clear by Palomino. Theo Hernandez. Tomori. Kalulu. Salamakers. Tonali with the dummy, Giroud. Now it's Theo Hernandez. Giroud, ambitious ball, difficult one for Theo Hernandez.
So when you play against Atalanta, you know that you have to play a very tough game, you know, and you have to stay on the match, concentrate, do not give them the chance to have a counter-attack, play very high, as Milan is doing. It's a long match, and another half time, so they have to stay concentrate. They do not lose their balance as they did in this first part of the first half.
It's broken kindly here for Koopmeiners. Now Hateboer. Koopmeiners again. Hateboer given away to Krunic. Kessier. Salamakers. Didn't get the memo. Freuler was right behind him. Still Remo Freuler. Pasalic. Pessina. Zappacosta. Freuler stayed down. Zappacosta shooting chance! And it's off target.
And again, a good chance here. Zappacosta, a good shot with both feet. Drive this ball inside with his right foot. Not a great shot, but a great chance anyway, because they break that ball just in half, in the middle to Salamakers, and they had a chance to shot on goal.
Giampiero Gasperini didn't speak ahead of this match, didn't hold a press conference. That was the same ahead of the final game of last season when the sides met in Bergamo. Muriel, Pessina, Zappacosta once again lively on the far side. Kalulu read it well and stepped in ahead of Muriel. Milan's unsung hero this season, Pierre Kalulu. Certainly wasn't first choice when the campaign began. Simon Kier and Fikayo Tomori, plus club captain Alessio Romagnoli, yet Kier out for the season, Romagnoli out of favour. And Kalulu more than worth his place. That brilliant partnership with Fikayo Tomori. Freuler, Muriel. Once again, Kalulu there to dispossess him. Kessier's ball forward, Raphael Leao. Duro gave himself a yard head start. Kessier. Salamakers. Tomori. Tonali. We've got that all-important brace at the Bentegodi on his birthday. This match beginning to resemble one of those games Milan have had recently where they're not overly troubled defensively, but it's whether they can break down the opposition at the other end. There were goalless draws against Bologna and Torino. It's whether they can turn this game into a match like Genoa or Fiorentina when they scored late on. Cleared away by Musso. Kessier wins the header. Missed by Krunic. Hateboer. Duro. Freuler. Once again, Theo Hernandez aggressive in his defending. Sandro Tonali. Salamakers. Krunic got a toe to the ball. Pessina's inadvertently given it to Krunic. Zappacosta snapping away at his heels. Rade Krunic. Calabria thought he was blocked off. Calabria's given it straight to Muriel. Pasalic. Muriel. Zappacosta continuing to hug the touchline. Here he is now. Zappacosta. Kessier read it, got there ahead of Hateboer. And he was just caught there by Freuler. And these statistics do mean something psychologically. 7 matches without a win here against Atalanta for Milan. Theo Hernandez looking to change that. Still Theo Hernandez. And now Salamakers. Raphael Leao. Struck it pure, but it's high and wide.
This was a great solution because Theo Hernandez attacked the space, used the weight and attacked that lane. And here we see again Salamakers that come from the other side, receive this ball and give the ball back to Leao that was behind and arrived just a shot on goal. Not easy, as I said, because Atalanta closed very well the space in the middle, so it's not easy for Milan to find the space and the time to shot on goal.
Kalulu holding off Muriel. Calabria, once again they look for Rafael Leao. Derone had to stretch. Hateboer's lost it to Salamakers. Krunic just about kept it in play. Alexis Salamakers once more. Forward by Tomori. Giroud, was he caught by Jim City? He's convinced he should have a penalty. Now Derone going across to say that there was nothing in that challenge. Daniele Orsato will certainly be conversing with Massimiliano Irrati. Giroud saying that Jim City did not try and play the ball. Either way, surely the challenge is outside the box, Massimo.
It could be. We have to wait and just see. No, he touched on himself there. But we have to wait, just say if it was Jim City that touched the right foot of Giroud or not. No, we have just to wait.
Now Giroud needs to calm down. Tonali trying to do exactly that. It's becoming bad-tempered. Giroud has had his name taken. He's the first man cautioned this evening. Kessié saying, we've got time, relax.
Yes, that words he doesn't have to say. You know, that's why he was booked. You have to calm down, you know, and the VAR is there just to understand if it was penalty or not. You have just to wait. There is nothing to do on the pitch to convince the referee to change his mind.
Olivier Giroud cautioned for dissent. Daniele Orsato might not necessarily be fluent in English, but he understood enough of that. Rafael Leao, wonderful trickery. Still Rafael Leao. Almost seems to want to do it all himself at times. He is capable. Pasalic for Freuler. Pessina beaten to it by Krunic. Theo Hernandez now on the surge once more. Milan free kick. We're into the final minute of the first half. There is time for them to toss it into the box.
Maybe not so much opportunity, but what intensity, you know, in this match. Yeah, the were foul here, you know, he whistled a foul, that situation. Another dangerous situation for Atalanta inside the box. They are good header because they are physical, strong inside the box, but anyway, it's not so easy because Giroud can be very dangerous.
Theo Hernandez with the free kick. It doesn't beat the first man, which was Pessina. The Frenchman saying that he wasn't back 10 yards. Zappacosta and Giroud, former Chelsea teammates there, still conversing about the possible penalty that wasn't. We're into 2 added minutes at the end of this first half. Wonderful intensity, as Massimo mentioned. The tempo has been electric, but we are slightly thin on chances. Calabria, Tonali, 2 of the goal scorers in the reverse fixture. Kessié clipping it in for Giroud to attack. Theo Hernandez sent it back in. Krunic was climbing. Misjudged by Tomori. Muriel is there, but Milan had numbers back in the shape of Salamakers. It's his ball in. Giroud unable to meet it. Hateboer, difficult first half for him. That's a fine pass to find Muriel, and now Zappacosta just needed a bit more power on the pass, and Tonali might not have got there. Kalulu, Salamakers. The Milan fans want their side to score in added time, just as they did at the Bentegodi. That was the goal to equalise. Then they scored the goal to take the lead shortly after the interval. Tonali got both. It's his ball for Giroud. Tried to flick it towards Salamakers. Pessina. Zappacosta again making that forward run. Muriel moving through the gears. Shoulder to shoulder with Kessié. Didn't he do well? Tonali has lost it to Koopmeiners. Last chance of the half here for Atalanta. Zappacosta. And Daniele Orsato brings the first half to a close. the scoreline reads as it started. No way through for Milan nor for Atalanta. Not too many chances. There you see, there was contact, but it was outside the box, which is why the VAR could not intervene, even if he saw it as a foul. Milan can afford to drop 2 points between tonight and next weekend. As things stand, they're doing just that. Half-time score at San Siro, Milan 0. Christian Romero, Josip Ilicic and Duvan Zapata on target. No Romero this evening, no Ilicic either, but Zapata might well come on later on. We're back underway at San Siro as Milan go in search of an all-important goal to try and get them closer to a first Scudetto in 11 years. Duro. Pasalic, no change to either side at the start of this second period, and Hateboer took his eye off the ball. Teo Hernandez, Giroud looking for Rafael Leao, easy enough for Duro. Enjoying his evening in that centre-back role. Seems equally adept at filling in there as he does playing in midfield. Muriel. Kalulu in the way. Calabria needs to be careful. Calabria unhappy with Kessier there, who could have turned it back towards his captain. Teo Hernandez. Krunic. Dispossessed by Hateboer. Similar start to the second half to what we saw in the opening 45 minutes. Lots of turnovers, fairly scrappy, high intensity, but fairly low quality when it counts. Kopmenes finding Zappacosta. Jim City. Pessina. Muriel. Pasalic, nice build-up play this by Atalanta. Hateboer. Muriel. Pasalic. Muriel again. Now it's Zappacosta. Still Zappacosta. And Maignan relieved to see the ball go over the top. It's a corner.
It's a good piece of play here by Atalanta in this second half. Maybe the best that they did in all the match. You know, they start to build up from the back, they try to find a solution, moving the ball from side to side, and finally find Zappacosta to try to shot on goal.
Atalanta starting the second half on the front foot. Muriel with the corner. Maignan gathers, and now he'll look to send Milan on their way. Teo Hernandez striding forward. Giroud tried to leave it for Rafael Leao, who did likewise for Salamakers. Freuler dispossessed by Krunic. The nerves are certainly showing up this evening for Milan. They're less assured than we've seen them in recent weeks. Krunic nearly turned into trouble. Once again, Atalanta with that coordinated press. Several players trying to suffocate the ball carrier. Calabria. Tonali told to get to his feet by Jim City, but not by the referee. It's a Milan free kick, and Teo Hernandez might be tempted. Instead, they've taken it quickly. Salamakers. Krunic with a loose piece of control. Freuler comes away with it. Pasalic, he can release Hateboer. Pasalic again. Given away to Krunic. Rafael Leao driving at Martin Duro. Rafael Leao. And Duro did well. Not as quick as the Portugal international, but he stepped across.
With all his experience, he take the position and he do not give the chance to Rafael Leao to run fast with that ball. Great, well done by Duro in that situation. Not easy, because of course Leao is quicker than him.
Palomino got there ahead of Giroud. It runs for Tonali. Rafael Leao. Tonali again. Can he pick his head up? It came off Gym City. Now Milan have a corner. Tonali takes the corner, headed away by Palomino. Rafael Leao will settle for the throw. Instead, it goes the way of Atalanta. But no slouches in the air, Atalanta. Dealt fairly comfortably thus far with what Milan have thrown at them, and we're going to see Ante Rebic. Massimo, what's the thinking here? Someone with a bit more pace, a bit more direct?
That could be possible. I think not just him would be inside, but we have just to wait. I think that Messias too should come in. We have just to wait. That's what Pioli did against Verona, you know, too. So we have just to wait and see what he decided. Who will come out from the pitch?
There are, believe it or not, 10,000 international fans in attendance this evening from 148 different countries represented. Everyone is here to try and see Milan win the Scudetto for the first time in 11 years. Hatterburg, Koopmeiners. Zappacosta keeps it in play. Gym City. Indeed it is Junior Messias alongside Ante Rebic. So it might well be Krunic and Salamakers, the two players that kept their place from the Verona game. But we shall see in due course. Turn Koopmeiners. Musso lost his footing, but kept his cool. Gym City under pressure, just about got away with it. Freuler. Pessina looking for Zappacosta. Kalulu once again held him back. Zappacosta, there's Kalulu to win possession. Calabria, charged down by Pessina, and then he wisely goes back to his goalkeeper. As ever, Maignan looks for Theo Hernandez. Far too quick for Koopmeiners. Was that a foul? It was, and it's a yellow card too for the Dutchman.
Well done by Orsato here, because he leave Theo Hernandez try to run with the ball. Then when he saw that he couldn't run enough, he will see again there is the foul, and he waited for that. When Atalanta recovered the ball, he whistled that foul.
Good experienced officiating by Daniele Orsato. Thumbs up from Theo Hernandez. Orsato clearly aware of what happened on this ground against Spezia, when the unfortunate inexperienced official Serra blew for a foul the way of Milan moments before Junior Messias swept the ball in at that end of the ground. This time the move was allowed to come to its conclusion, and it results in a free kick from a promising position. Tonali might well send this towards the back post and try and get runners across the goalkeeper's eye line. Theo Hernandez with the set piece, and it catches the outside of the side netting.
Very close. That Musso couldn't arrive there because he didn't see the ball. Oh, very close, really very, very close. Musso doesn't expect it. That shot on goal. Well done by Theo Hernandez, and here we see it seems a goal, but very close to the post, to the near post.
An optical illusion. That young supporter thought he was the first one in the ground to spot the opening goal, but it was marginally off target from Theo Hernandez. Salamakers has worked hard for 53 minutes, 54 rather. He's replaced by Junior Messias, and Olivier Giroud is the man coming off for Rebic, who will presumably go to centre forward. And Muriel who we saw struggling in the first half with that injury, makes way for Zapata. Pasalic, no goal-scoring return to San Siro for him. Malinowski is on with an absolute wand of a left foot of his. So a double change for Milan and 2 substitutions as well for Atalanta.
Yeah, Zapata will play just in front, in centre of the defender, of the attack of Atalanta. So in the middle between Tomori and Kalulu, and what Muriel didn't do.
Rebic immediately gives chase. Sorry,
yes, no problem. And on the other side we will have, of course, Rebic and Messias that take place. Rebic will play just in front, I think, and Messias, of course, instead of Saelemaekers on the right. So 2 inverted wings that will drive the ball inside and will try to play inside and give a hand to Rebic.
Theo Hernandez turned down the ball forward towards Rafael Leao. Miscued by Rebic, but he latches onto it and then gave it away to Koopmeiners. Pessina. Zapata for the first time. Freuler. Hatterboer. Malinowski. Duron. Pessina, that's a good turn. No foul, says the referee. Well, Kalulu's body language suggested it was. Junior Messias for Rafael Leao, and he's in here, and he scores! Rafael Leao again for Milan. The perfect counter-attack. And the man for the big occasion might well have just scored on the biggest one of the lot.
They were asking for the foul there, and we see a perfect counter-attack. Now they are discussing. But, you know, as we said, if you give him space behind the defense line, it creates to you a lot of problem. He was driving inside, as I said, 2 inverted wings, so he cut on the other side, and he received the ball in the space. Nothing to do for Musso. Ball in between the legs. And a goal by Rafael Leao. He will see nothing to do for Koopmeiners.
2 assists at the Pentagoni, a big goal here. It's the one that breaks down Atalanta's resistance. Huge celebrations for Paolo Maldini and Ricky Massara and Sandro Nesta with them. They will check as to whether there was a foul there by Pierre Kalulu. Massimiliano Irati is the video assistant referee. Daniele Orsato judged the initial challenge not to be an infringement, but now he's coming across to talk to Giampiero Casperini, who is presumably saying, why wasn't it a free kick?
Indeed, what Orsato said to him, said it wasn't a foul.
The goal stands, and it is a huge goal as well. Rafael Leao scoring just as he did here against Fiorentina. Milan's defence continues to perform. Their front line getting the job done as well. Rafael Leao, who has come on leaps and bounds this season. Malinowski has lost out to Kessier. Theo Hernandez. Rafael Leao gives chase. Duron's let it bounce. Rafael Leao gets there, but he couldn't stride away from the Dutchman. You can understand why Atalanta are unhappy, Massimo. On first look, it did appear to be a foul.
Of course, but that's a decision of the referee on the pitch, you know, and it was outside. He took his decision, but you can't give that space, and you can't leave Koopmeiners alone against Leao in the last 30 meters.
Hatterboer, Malinowski, closed down well by Tomori. Pessina has found Koopmeiners. Krunic wins it back. There's Duron once again keeping tabs on Rafael Leao. Malinowski for Zapata, instead Kalulu. Malinowski, Zapata couldn't control, and now Tonali. Milan want a second. and Rebic has got the pace, but back came Palomino. Rafael Leao with goal number 14 of the season, 12 of them in Serie A. Or rather 11 in Serie A, I should say. Tonali. Tonali looking for Calabria. Pessina did well. Malinowski. Zapata demanding the ball off Hateboer. This is Freuler. Zappacosta. Jim City, Freuler, Pessina, Atalanta seeking an equaliser. Remo Freuler, Malinowski now shifting in and finding Zapata, still Zapata! He got the shot away, but it's over the top.
And here we see just a little bit more quality. Malinowski gave a great ball by to Zapata that controlled that ball inside the box, and he waited until Theo Hernandez was there, just tried to shot on goal. He wasn't imbalanced, so this ball just goes up over the bar, but a great chance here for Atalanta, and Zapata clapped his hand because Malinowski did a fantastic pass.
And here comes Ismael Benacer. Milan now looking to hold on to what they have. Headed away by Palomino, won by Tonali. Jim City's given it away to Junior Messias. Once again he combines with Rafael Leao. Was that high from Martin de Roon? Play continues. Calabria. Tonali. And now, who does Benacer come on for? That's the question. Tonali with an anxious look towards the fourth official's board. And his reaction tells you what you need to know. Tonali replaced, Benacer brought on.
I don't know if there were a problem for Tonali because he was maybe the best man on the pitch with Leao. He was hit on his back in the first half. Maybe he was just a little bit injury, not so fit.
Because even if Milan win tonight, if Inter get a result at Cagliari, the Rossoneri would still need a point at Sassuolo next weekend. But there's still half an hour here and their lead is a slender one. They have made a habit of winning with clean sheets at San Siro, but Atalanta a dangerous force. Duvan Zapata, Zappacosta. Pessina looking for Zappacosta. There's Calabria. He wins a free kick. That was the challenge from Kalulu on Pessina. And Atalanta were too busy asking for a free kick. They forgot to defend. And they left themselves exposed to Milan's most dangerous player, Rafael Leao. Zapata surging away from Benacer. Pessina there with it. Wasn't the best ball. Maignan able to clear. On this day in 1988, Milan won their 11th league title. Is this the day they are eventually crowned Italian champions for the 19th time? There are still plenty of variables. It's reliant on them getting the job done here. It depends on Inter's result in Sardinia. Anything less than a Nerazzurri victory, should the Rossoneri win here, would not be enough for Inter to stay in the title race. Rafael Leao couldn't keep it in play. Daniele Orsato calling Florenzi to order after he felt it wasn't a throw-in. Didn't think the ball had crossed the touchline. Benacer went flying in there on Freuler. It was always going to be a big ask for Atalanta this game. Such is the feel-good factor surrounding Milan, even though Atalanta themselves are chasing Europe. Treatment required now for Kessié and Freuler after the pair collided. And this might well be from Kessié's last match at San Siro as a Milan player. Looks like he's about to join Barcelona at the end of his contract. Messias with the ball over the top. And that touch there from Rafael Leao was what opened up the opportunity.
Yeah, of course, we see that Koopmeiners didn't react immediately in that situation. He had to cover that diagonal and try to run before Leao, but we know that Leao is really, really fast.
Now Kessié has been cautioned. He is not the one that Milan are worried about. It's Kalulu and Tomori and Rafael Leao in particular. All three are in the list of what's called diffidati. Those are booking away from suspension. If any of those three players were to pick up a caution, they would not be involved at Mapei Stadium next weekend. We don't know when. Kickoff times will be published tomorrow, depending on what happens today. It's up towards Zapata. Calabria made sure that he couldn't collect the ball. Palomino, slightly ungainly. Koopmeiners, Jim City, Zappacosta. Nice football again from Atalanta. Jim City losing out to Calabria, but here's Zapata. Pessina. Koopmeiners. Malinowski. Atalanta committing more numbers forward here. Freuler. Challenged well by Theo Hernandez. Durone. Malinowski. Koopmeiners. Pessina. Atalanta patient. Jim City shifting it from one side to the other. Zappacosta. Pessina. Zappacosta now. They've won a corner. They have been Champions League regulars under the Percassi family in recent seasons. Their investment, along with the tactical brilliance of Gasperini and some big performances on the pitch, but they might be finishing outside of the European places. Malinowski's corner, Hateboer's flick, and Pessina won't keep it in play. Still a quarter of the game remaining for Atalanta to try and break down Milan, to try and beat Maignan. Zapata has made a real impact since coming off the bench. Kessié comes away with the ball. Now Junior Messias comes alive. This is Rafael Leao. Rebic to his left. Rebic. And still, Ante Rebic. Palomino with the block. Jim City. It's a foul by Rafael Leao.
In the last few minutes we saw that Milan just tried to defend this result and they are doing very well, because the shape of the team is perfect. They do not give too many chances to Atalanta. They just let them play the ball side to side, but not in the middle. Now we have Boga inside, and he's a dribble man, so he can create some problems. He had different characteristics from Pessina. He preferred to receive the ball and try to run with the ball to the defense line.
Matteo Pessina has been taken off. Jeremy Boga on in his stead. Pessina, who never played for Milan, he was a make-weight in the deal which took Andrea Conti from Atalanta to Milan. Unable to hurt his former employers this evening, but Jeremy Boga has scored twice for La Dea, but he's yet to find the net for Atalanta in Serie A. Got a goal in the Coppa Italia, struck as well in the Europa League. Can he complete the set? Jim City. Zapata pulling wide. Zapata. Zappacosta. Headed behind by Kalulu. Atalanta have taken it quickly, but too quickly, because there was a second ball on the pitch. Malinowski with the corner, Zapata's header, and he was so close to the equaliser.
Of course, this is a different story when Zapata is inside the box. We see him between Kalulu and Kessie try to deflect this ball on goal, very close. He was just a little bit late maybe, but great chance for Atalanta here. We saw Atalanta didn't have Zapata for a long time during this season, and they missed him a lot because, as we saw, he can play in the center of the attack and he can be very, very dangerous.
The Colombian made a blistering start to the season. He scored 9 goals in his first 12 league appearances. He's only found the net once since November, after those injury concerns caught up with him. Boga looking to test Teo Hernandez. Koopmeiners, Hateboer, Boga between the lines. Now it's Zapata, back towards Boga. Tomori kept his eye on the ball. It's given away to Duro, who in turn places it straight to Benacer. Palomino is there for Atalanta. Zappacosta. Zapata, good hold-up play. Zappacosta. There was Calabria to shut the door. He's in a much more familiar, orthodox position now in this second half.
Yes, he has to play in that position, and I think that Pioli just changed a little bit. Now he moved inside Leao and give him the chance to receive the ball and use Messias in that position. That's why it changed.
Volleyed away by Kessier, the end of a very scrappy passage of play. Calabria first to it for Milan. Now Rebic gives chase. The whistle's gone. An Atalanta player, I think, came back from an offside position. Milan look like they're extending their unbeaten record in Serie A to 15 matches. Looks like they're going to within just a point of the Scudetto. It is quite the turnaround from that injustice here against Spezia. They've not lost since. Benacer unable to find Rebic, or rather Krunic. Boga's header. Time for Tomori to bring it down. Came off the referee, and the ball will be given back to Milan. The young guns have been stepping up for Milan. It is a squad packed full of them. Tonali with the brace at the Bentegodi from 2 assists from Rafael Leao. Tonight it's the Portuguese's turn to get that all-important goal. And Junior Messias with an assist off the bench, just as he did for Florenzi in Verona. Zapata, Boga, still time for Atalanta. Boga away from Krunic, who won the ball. Once again, Atalanta feel aggrieved. They haven't got the decision. Theo Hernandez. Open road for him. Still Theo Hernandez. He's going all the way. Theo Hernandez! If they weren't already winning the Scudetto, they surely are after that. Have you seen a better goal when the pressure is on? An 80-yard run. And the man who missed the penalty against Spezia has scored the all-important second goal against Atalanta. And now Milan are so close they can almost reach out and touch it.
He remembered me a goal scored by George Weah against Verona. You know, 80 meters with the ball. Fantastic goal by Theo Hernandez. Fantastic. Here we see the tackle and then Theo Hernandez with the ball. A fantastic run with Cop minus again, and here we see again he cut inside, he drive the ball with his left foot, and on diagonal he finds the far post. A great goal, fantastic goal by Theo Hernandez.
Sometimes it's just meant to be. They have been building up momentum over the last few weeks, Milan. 4 straight wins coming up before this match. And momentum is the operative word there. Once he got moving, Theo Hernandez, there was no stopping him. A runaway train, and Milan are now dashing towards the Scudetto. Next stop, Italian champions, it could well be. Malinowski. What do Atalanta have left in them now? Koopmeiners. Absolutely spot on with the analogy, Massimo Paganin. George Weah on this ground against Verona, albeit going the other way towards the Curva Nord. This one was in front of the Milan supporters in the Curva Sud. And that will be a goal they will be replaying and replaying, provided they can see out this result and get the point they require in Reggio Emilia. Who knows? They might not even need that, depending on what Cagliari can produce against Inter later on. Derone on the stretch. Palomino gets there, away by Koopmeiners. Giorgio Scalvini's about to come on, the young Atalanta defender. Damage limitation perhaps from Gasperini. We're going to see Meri Demiral as well. Player you were slightly surprised, Massimo, not to see in the starting lineup.
Yes, of course. Wait.
Boga, clever feed. Nearly ran for Zapata. Malinowski beaten to it by Freuler. Hateboer. Freuler's ball in, and the referee has to stop play because Tomori is down, injured in the box. It's not just the Atalanta players that are about to come on. We are very shortly going to see Alessandro Florenzi. But what a run from Theo Hernandez. What a goal from him. Absolutely extraordinary. And they can say, I was there to see it. Timothy Bakayoko as well, a player we very rarely see for Milan. His first appearance since January, he's on for Rade Krunic. Palomino and Jim City, the two players coming off for Atalanta, incidentally. And Florenzi comes on for the captain, Calabria.
nothing will change with the system, just the player. It's Palomino that did very well today. Yes, I was expecting that the Miral playing in the position that De Bruyne played, because he's a defender, of course.
Confirmation that Scalvini is on for Hatipur in the end. But City has stayed on the pitch. The initial graphic was wrong.
Yes, of course. Is Jim City not on the pitch? Hatipur come out. Okay. And Scalvini take position of Hatipur, so he will play as a wing back on the right. He's not his position usually, but he can play there too.
Stefano Pioli affording himself a hint of a smile there. He knows how close his side are to his first ever Scudetto of his career. First league title in 11 years for the Rossoneri. Rafael Leao, the scorer of the first, unable to bring this under control. Atalanta had already set a club record of a dozen away wins this season. They are not going to extend that sequence because they've been blown away in the second half by a Milan side determined, tooth and nail, to get across the line. Zappacosta. Zapata dispossessed by Pierre Kalulu, who may well be in the running for Milan's player of the season. There are lots of candidates for that. Teo Hernandez with a rare slip there. Cognetas, Scalvini, Bakayoko with the foot in. Massimo, these two matches are inextricably linked. How does this result, if it does remain Milan 2, Atalanta 0, how does it affect Inter and their game away at Cagliari?
I don't know, I think that nothing will change for Inter, because anyway, they have to win against Cagliari and wait until the end of the last match of the season. You know, we have to remember 2002 when Inter was first in the league and they arrived third at the last match of the season. You know, and if they want to remain there with the hope of the last match, they have to win against Cagliari. Nothing will change for them.
Duro. Indeed, Inter could yet extend this title race to the final weekend of the season, but if Milan do get maximum points here, then they would have the option of dropping 2 points against Sassuolo. A draw would be enough for them to win the title if they were to finish level on points with Inter due to their head-to-head record. Boga unable to find Zapata now. Teo Hernandez, does he have anything left in the tank to go again? Instead he finds Rafael Leao. This is Junior Messias. Junior Messias now wandering inside, and it's easy for Musso.
Now it's easy for Milan to find the space to attack the defense line of Atalanta. That didn't shot on goal until now, so they didn't find a solution.
Kessié there to cut it back. His every positive contribution being cheered by the fan base. It's been an awkward couple of seasons for him, particularly this term, with all the speculation rumbling on about his future. They've now drawn a line under it. He'll be leaving just as Donnarumma and Çalhanoğlu did before, albeit he might well be leaving as an Italian champion. That's the difference. Freuler, cut out by Junior Messias. Scalvini's header, but straight to Benacer, who has all the time in the world. Benacer getting away from Malinovski, and now Kessié is forward in support. Benacer, Rebic ran offside, which is why he wisely played it into the feet of Junior Messias. Benacer, Junior Messias, Bakayoko now. Lost control of the ball, but didn't lose possession. Florenzi, Rebic, trying to sneak it through. Rebic with the nutmeg, and still Ante Rebic. Musso there to prevent the third.
it was a great chance for Milan because Rebic, with lucky of course, but was in front of Musso and he had a chance to shot on goal. Maybe he didn't believe on that ball and he arrived just a little bit in late and gave the chance to Musso to cover the space and do not and save that ball.
Zappacosta, forward by Freuler. This time Kalulu is turned well by Zapata, and now Zapata with the pace and power. Duvan Zapata, this is Jeremy Boga. Zapata and Zappacosta. Zapata surely, and between them, Tomori and Maignan got in the way.
And unbelievable here, the determination of the Milan's defender here. Well done by Zapata, shot by Boga, and here Zappacosta. They try to give the ball back to Zapata. They are waiting if there were handball or not, as we saw. Maybe the VAR is checking.
It looked like it was just a save from Maignan as that shot went in, but there could yet be a real twist in the tail here. But the check is swiftly over. No handball whatsoever. It was just a Maignan save, and an all-important one. Koopmeiners with the set piece, away by Junior Messias. Milan have 4 minutes plus added time to hold firm. They have a 2-goal cushion. They're a point away from the Scudetto as things stand. Benacer beaten to it by Freuler. Koopmeiners, Malinowski lurking. One back by Kalulu. Malinowski has shown a yellow card, and Milan will take their time over the free kick.
But really well done by Kalulu in this situation because he come out, he break the line, the defense line, and he will see that it was in the face, not handball.
And with that yellow card, Malinowski's season is over. He'll be suspended for Atalanta's final match of the season at home to Empoli. But Maignan so close now to a 5th straight home clean sheet. Just when Milan needed something to separate them from the rest, to stand out and mark themselves above Inter. It's been their defensive solidity in recent weeks which has been the bedrock of this title challenge. Malinowski getting away from Benacer. Malinowski, and now Koopmeiners. Tomori once again makes the block.
And again, a great ball by Malinowski to Koopmeiners. A no-look pass by Malinowski, and a good chance for Atalanta, but as we said in this second half, Atalanta didn't shot on goal yet.
Koopmeiners with the set piece, Zapata's header, and Maignan had his back post covered. It is another scare, but nothing more than that for the Rossoneri.
Maybe it was Messias that he will see again. Rebic, he was there. Maybe just tried to find the far post. Well done by Musso that read that situation with his right foot, saved that ball. I said that Atalanta did a shot on goal. We saw the first one with Zapata. Just that chance. Not enough to beat this Milan tonight.
Atalanta now struggling to qualify for Europe. Fiorentina play away at Sampdoria tomorrow night. Lazio go to Turin to take on Juventus. Both of those sides already began the weekend ahead of Atalanta. Roma only took a point. It's been a good weekend for the likes of Fiorentina and Lazio. Less so Roma and Atalanta. Now the Mexican waves can begin at San Siro. Away by Tomori. Straight to Musso. The tide has turned. Where once it was Inter champions, now it looks as if Milan are going to pit their rivals to the post. Koopmeiners. Zapata. Just wonder whether he could have started the game. He's been excellent since coming on. Zapata, Boga, holding off Bakayoko. Zappacosta. Freuler. Zapata, looking for half a yard to deliver. Zappacosta. Boga. Now the all-important question, how much added time? Smashed away by Florenzi. 4 minutes for Milan to hold firm. Malinowski's given it away. Rafael Leao running for the hills. Still Rafael Leao. Duro won the ball, but he doesn't get the throw, and Milan have the ball exactly where they want it. And they've all put in a monumental shift tonight. Their work rate has never dropped below what's expected. Perhaps just winded there, Rafael Leao, by the force of the challenge from Duro. And Zlatan Ibrahimovic was not required this evening. That in itself is testament to the progress that Milan have made. When you think back to December 2019, when they were humiliated 5-0 in Bergamo by Atalanta. A month later, Milan signed Kjær and Ibrahimovic, yet they're going to win this title, or so it seems. Without Kjær out for the season, without Ibrahimovic for large swathes of this campaign. Yes, they have played their part in the dressing room, but on the pitch, it's a young group of players that have really proven their worth, and Pioli too in the dugout. Junior Messias, Kessié, Zapata once again coming away with the ball. That's a foul by Benacer, and it's a yellow card for him as well. Zappacosta. Duro. Boga. Boga away from Bakayoko. Zapata for Malinowski. He's capable from there, but that sums up Atalanta's evening. Brahim Diaz and Sandro Tonali can barely believe their eyes, nor can supporters young and old. The plan this season was not necessarily to win the Scudetto, but as the campaign has worn on, they have just picked up more and more momentum, and they have become gradually harder and harder to stop. Atalanta have failed, just like Verona, Fiorentina, Lazio and Genoa before them. This glorious march to victory. Kessié trying to hold the ball in the corner. Great strength. And Scalvini puts it behind. Milan have a corner, and now Kessié leading the celebrations in front of the Curva Sud. They had plenty of doubters. Lots of people who pointed to the fixture list and said they're bound to drop points. And yet, here they are, still unscathed, still top of the pile. Milan win again. 5 straight victories for Stefano Pioli's Rossoneri.